Alright everyone, it's time to start assembling the next box set. Yes, Rudy, that's what I'm doing. What, you smell a mouse? Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, as much as I want to use the next kit behind me there, I still haven't figured out what I want to do with my space elves. Still need to play around with color ideas and all that nonsense. So for now, I'm going to start St. Celestine here, then work my way down to this person at some point, this Inquisitor, Greyfax, and then do Belarus' Call, Belarus' blah blah. Anyway, the techno admech leader person there, the big dude. Figured let's start somewhat simple, one simple model, and then this complicated mess. And there she is in all her glory. And let me just say, what a pain in the rump it was to put her together. I'm not joking. I thought putting the head into the torso bit was a pain, especially when I dropped the head once. I almost lost it down to a crack into the floor, which would result in me making two simple choices. One, move all this stuff, unscrew this from the wall, the table, the benchwork here, lift this up and get the head, or sculpt something in. And two, the sword was worse than the head, you know? Like these birds here, they weren't too bad. Like this gel super glue from the dollar store that I use, basically, if you can get the air squeezed out of it, after about 30 to 60 seconds, it's instantly glued in. And yeah, I had to bend these out of the way to get the backpack with the wings that fit. Overall, it's an impressive model, but the design aesthetics to put together was, like I said, a real pain in the butt. So with her done, that just leaves me with her guardians. Let's see. And yeah, they stand on their little ribbon things too, so that's going to be fun. I just hope I get these assembled before Sunday and get these painted up by Sunday, because I'm going to be busy the next several days. Maybe Monday night I'll continue to assemble the rest. Yeah, that'll be a good idea. So let her sit overnight, let the glue harden good. I really should order some Tamiya plastic glue though, at least that way when you press them together it melts. The nice thing with the gel stuff though is if I wanted to I can adjust things a little bit. Oh yeah, anywho, leave the rest till tomorrow. Everyone, please forgive me for squinting, but the LED on my camera is quite bright, but I am here in today too. I have the Gemini Superiors done. They're all assembled, and they're ready for the prime and painting, much like Celestine. I just want to point out, though, there was like this little shoulder pad here on both of them and on Celestine, which I was trying to show last night, where I don't understand why they didn't just leave it as a one piece. It's two pieces. You got the shoulder pad and you got that wing piece. To me, that's almost pointless. And the same with their backpacks. You have the backpack, but the stuff that they attach to is also a separate little piece. Why couldn't they just leave that as one piece on the backpack, you know? Maybe the way it molded? But yeah, let's get Celestine back into the light here. Like this hose is part of that emblem on the shoulder, and that shoulder and emblem are two separate pieces. So Games Workshop, if you're watching, why not just make it so the chest plate is just that complete hose there, you know? To me, that would make more sense, as even trying to reheat up the plastic to mold it in a little bit more, it just didn't want to align at all. So I don't know if it's something with the casting or something, but yeah. I'm not even going to green stuff that, I'm just going to work around it. And same thing with these details on the cape. I really should get some plastic glue that will actually melt the plastic, because we can see my super glue gel. I still got a bit more work to clean up to make it smooth again, or do something with it. But overall, it's a pretty cool model. But just little finicky things that could be addressed and whatnot. At least the excess glue that got scraped off her face dried up pretty well, though. Keeps all the detail in. So that's perfect. Now, I'm gonna get ready for work, and when I come back tonight, I'll have them primed up, and I will start filming the painting process. I'm gonna go with them here. Okay, it's time to paint up these girls, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this. So it's more we got to base that. Well, maybe? No. And she's a very, very wobbly model. So yeah, something went snap. I wonder what that was. Anywho, going to need. Going to avoid going big on the paint. So let's just get my standard brush from Citadel and get to work. I'm thinking about cheating on this a bit, doing up a brighter blue and then going down with High Lord Speed Paint Blue. Because when I'm done, the girl should represent the Quebec provincial flag that I based their color scheme on. So pretty much it's going to be like blue armor, white accents. Not sure what to do about the robe bit though. Soon find out. And this is St. Celestine, so yeah, we're just going to establish all my base colors first. So there's all the armor work done. I've also gone and done the leather bits of the armor for the girls here in the same blue. It is now 1:01 in the morning, as I kind of got these started late, waiting on the primer not to dry, but that's okay. I will pick up on it after. So essentially what's going to happen is we're going to have, I want to do golden backpacks with the gold trim on the wings, and then just leave the wings white for the white speed paint. And same thing with these ones here, making like the golden backpacks. Typically I make them blue like the rest, but these are special, so make them extra special, right? So all the cloth work though is going to be in black on most of it. I'm going to try and keep that theme of what's got black on the back of their robes here, and then some kind of color on the front, probably white. And then do like a little bit of detailing work. Anywho, we'll do a quick slide over here and I'll continue on. So it's the following evening, and I've done some work on the packs. I've made them blue as well. Something I noticed is when I found one of my models, I left their stuff white, but I put a gold trim on it. And that got me thinking, why did I put gold trim on that, and why did I leave it white instead of going with black? And did a little research on the Quebec flag, and in the 1850s, they adopted some of the other stuff at the time for New France, as it were. So basically, I'm going to do the same thing with this one here. Basically, the 1800s Quebec flag had like yellow border around it and some red lines, like a scratch, like 3 lines, then like a bunch of dots, and the same color red, 3 lines, and all the way around. And then the inner parts were like 1 line and 1 dot. So I'm going to try and simulate something like that on the cloth. If I can. See how my stuff goes. Yeah, even make out the glue. The glue still, I couldn't get smoother than that. But yeah, that's my plan, is to do yellow edge lighting all the way around. And then see if I'm not like little red lines or red dots or something. Then I'm going to pick out the roses, the sword, do the other little bits of metallic bits. And yeah, I end up doing the wings of blue, and it just blends in so much better. And then I'll see how this white speed paint goes over top of yellow and red to help tone it down a little bit, maybe. Cross my fingers anyhow. And it'll be the same thing with these two here, just touch some white paint up there, do a yellow trim work. Both sides as best I can, saving with the front cloth, and then pick out the backpack and stuff, and then of course go over the speed paint. Now, what yellows came with my little box set here? Let's see. Got a whole nice little variety to choose from. So, Demonic Yellow seems to be the only steady yellow in this set. There's a Moon Dust, but it's almost like a greenish yellow, or a cheesy yellow. Not what I'm looking for. But yeah, I'll get some mixing balls in this one. Already got mixing balls in anyway. Put it on and see how it looks. I mean, they're a little thicker too, you know, don't have to be too fancy. So there she is with her yellow, and I just went with little red markings around it. Got the purity seal painted in. Did the ribbon work. I know my lines are kind of big from some spots, but whatever. And did the same with these two. I actually got their guns and sword painted metal, grenades. So, yeah, I think I'm going to put Celestine aside and finish these two off first, because there's not as much detail to deal with, but just enough to, you know, make the thing happen, right? And experiment a little bit. Oh, I forgot to, I'm not sure what to paint that down there. And that thorny bit there, too. I'll figure something out. So it's Friday afternoon. I'm on crunch time because I want to get this gal done. The other 2 gals are just about done. However, I got to leave early to drop off something to a friend of mine. At the same time, stop by the hardware store on the way to work to pick up some lubricant for my bicycle chain. Probably be like a little rattle can of WD-40 or something, because that stuff works wonders, even in the cold. It's a forever oil, which is bad for the environment, but I need to get my bicycle going until they come up with an alternative. Anywho, Celestine here, I've used that holy white on her robe piece, and same with the other 2 there. And it worked a little better than I thought. I'm going to have to go back and put some more white into it, which will be absorbed by the Speed Paint 1.0 version here, which is fine, but I'll definitely have to do it on her wings. I just told myself, do I just leave them white and just fine trim the edges to darken them up a little bit? And I went, no, let's do the whole thing and see what happens. Well, I did one wing last night, and it made it a little grayer than I want it to be. And I just finished doing up this side. So once that filler dries, I'm going to have that whole day to dry, I'm going to go with the Games Workshop Skull White and retouch them up. Because it's like, what's the point of doing one side and the other side white and have to retouch up the other side? So I might as well touch them up evenly so they look the same. But other than that, she's almost done. But I have been focusing on getting these two done first because they're less of a hassle with smaller packs. So next step is to, well, I was going to use High Lord Blue over the blue. Excuse me, just got the sniffle still. I'm going to go something brighter and go with Magic Blue Speed Paint. I do have a blue tone from uh, the Army Painter range. However, it's almost a little too dark. It's brighter than High Lord Blue, but it's still. I want to keep that Quebec blue kind of popping, but being rustic at the same time. In a, well, like I said, in a tabletop ready, but still looking pretty standard, I guess you want to call it. So, let me begin, and hopefully I'll have these done before Sunday. So I'm just about done with Celestine and her Royal Guard now, or Honor Guard, or whatever you want to call them. I got the base trim painted up. I am going with a grassy theme again, because why not? I see too many desert themes, and lose up different with mine. Even the little birdies came out okay. They're not the greatest, but there's some things I want to do with them later. For now, I'm calling these done. Once I get another coat of green on there and some grass stuff and moss to pretty them up. I still got to get some gloss varnish, though, because I don't want the matte to ruin this. I like the nice blue that comes out. It is Sunday morning, almost 3 a.m. I need to get to bed. These three, despite some minor little things I need to clean up on still and do, they're pretty much done, ready for battle. Yeah, like other than that, you know, I'm still waiting to glue for this moss stuff, this moss undergrowth to dry. But overall, I'm quite happy. So, thanks for watching, folks, and stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully it'll be a little easier. It's just going to be one model, and it's going to be this Inquisitor model of some sort. Anyway, take care and stay safe and have a safe winter.